Okay, Fantasticos, we're on our final stage of the SQ3R reading strategy review. In the review stage, you make sure you've answered the questions and captured the main ideas. So I'm going to look back at my questions here. How do natural forces affect Earth? What are three different ways volcanoes can form? What did O'Meara find on Kilauea, and what is a hotspot? In my summary, I said O'Meara went up the side of Kilauea hoping to photograph a lava tube. I don't really know if she found one yet. That's okay, it'll probably be in the rest of my text. Hawaiian Islands formed when a plate moved over a volcano hotspot, and it's still happening. Oh, I didn't really explain what a hotspot is. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to add that. Hotspot is, I might want to look back at my text here, when there's a weak spot, when weak place in Earth lets magma up to make volcano. Okay, so I took care of what is a hotspot. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that so I know. I took care of what did O'Meara find on Kilauea to the best extent I can now. What are three different ways volcanoes form? A hotspot, a mid-ocean rift, and subduction. So I have those. And how do natural forces affect Earth? Well, at this point I've learned natural forces can make volcanoes. That's pretty cool. So at this point, I have answered all of my questions. Now I'm going to review the other parts of my Fab4 organizer to make sure I really understand everything. I thought that this would tell me how volcano researcher O'Meara examined Kilauea, and yes, it started to. I thought I would learn how three different kinds of volcanoes form, and I did. I learned how subduction volcanoes formed when one plate goes under another one, and that makes some magma shoot up. I learned how a mid-ocean rift is when two plates pull away from each other, letting the magma come up. And I learned that a hot spot is when there's a weak space in the Earth's crust and the magma comes up to make a volcano, and that's how the Hawaiian Islands were formed. And I haven't learned how she photographed Kilauea yet, but I learned how she wants to photograph Kilauea. So that's good. I clarified that the flank was the side of the mountain, and I clarified that a lava tube had a top hard crust that had cooled, but there's still hot flowing lava inside, which helps me to understand how dangerous they would be. I haven't seen anything about a shield volcano yet. My thoughts included noticing that there was a narrative on white and information on green, and that Hawaii's still forming. There are new volcanoes coming from hotspots there. And then I was thinking that how dedicated O'Meara is. So now I've reviewed all of this information and I have a really good idea of the key ideas, the most important details in this section.